Milwaukee
on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
Powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook
And on the free Odyssey app.
Let's go! Welcome to the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the number one network in Milwaukee. My name is Mitch Thunder Nelles. He is Tommy Wirtz. And the 20th class to be inducted into the University of Colorado Athletic Hall of Fame this November will feature 9 Golden Buffaloes who excelled in their day, representing 5 different sports, including one of the most popular administrators in the athletic department. But leading the way is the one, is the only, is the ever-deserving and ever-good-looking Mason Crosby.
Thank you. Yes, it still goes back to Andy Herman and me not being very good at retiring. I mean, it's
the
maybe
record.
I'm great at retiring.
It's the record for most Hall of Fames inducted to in a single
in the first year after
calendar
retirement.
year.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right, like
man, it's such an
immediately.
honor. Yeah, it is unbelievable.
All right,
Rick George, our good friend Rick
Yep.
George, gave me the call about a week ago, and yeah, it was just.
Did you know why he was calling?
I thought he was calling about NIL, like seeing if I would become the GM there at Colorado. That was not the question or like the call. And but yeah, whenever he just said that I was voted in my first time on the ballot. First ballot Hall of Famer right here, but. Yeah, it's such a cool thing. It's such an honor it's going to be awesome. Take the family back to Boulder there in late November, right before Thanksgiving. Get to see a game and get to do all the festivities.
Is that the K-State game that you were alluding to yesterday?
No, it's not.
Oh, different game. Okay.
Yeah, so I think Colorado will be playing Arizona State at home on that weekend, and then K-State's the following weekend.
So you're just going to stay out there?
It's in Kansas.
Oh, in
so
Kansas.
Maybe we'll just pop across. Hang out with the Nelsons for a week.
What do you know about the Colorado Athletic? Like, who's in it already? Who are you joining? Are any of your buddies or teammates or guys who played other sports who you're in touch with? Like, who's in this Hall of Fame?
Obviously Cordell Stewart's in it. There's a lot of guys from the national championship team. Alfred Williams.
Is Westbrook the wide receiver? Is
Deion
Westbrook
Figures.
in it?
Westbrook's in it.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of guys. The Nate Solder's in it.
Oh yeah.
Longtime left tackle there for the Patriots.
Yep.
So and then a long list. So what's really cool too is my agent Mike McCartney. He was my agent since I got into the NFL all these years. His sister-in-law is actually going in at the same time as well.
Oh wow, okay, that's cool.
So going to be pretty awesome, and it's great. Barry Remington, the Remington Award is named after him.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Barry Remington, Jeff Campbell, also from the football team, going in. Richard Roby and Jim Wilcoxon. Jim Wilcoxon from the 1937 to 1939 basketball powerhouse that was the Colorado Buffalo.
That's right.
Joanne Reed for skiing. You mentioned Pam Owen.
Ski team. I mean, I'm low level compared to that.
Dude, the ski team's got to be legit.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
They are unbelievable. I mean, talk about national championships.
You mentioned Pam Owen McCartney, track and field in the early 90s. Chris Livingston, an administrator. Shalaya Kipp, cross country and track. So it should be. Do we all get to come? I mean, your family's going to be there.
Y'all are all
I think
invited,
Tommy and I should come.
For sure.
Tommy, do you want? If we went to Boulder, how much trouble would we get in?
I'm working, I'm assuming, already, so I don't know.
Yeah, but we can work from there.
Yeah, we can work from Boulder.
You guys can work from there.
I have my Comrex.
There's no baseball anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Super pumped for you again. Like I said, I mean, I saw it and I was just like, how many? There's going to be way more Hall of Fames than I've ever known of ever. But, I mean, absolutely deserving, so go check it out over there. They have his little piece up as well. I just couldn't believe it was like another one. You are incredible in how many Hall of Fames you can be nominated for immediately after. You should have retired a year ago. You would have just got this
6 months.
Yeah. We would have gotten all this out of the way already then.
As everybody knows, we're live on YouTube, so find us on YouTube at The Fan Milwaukee. It's the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon. And Mason, I guess my reaction was like Like, why didn't this happen earlier? Like, you've been gone from Colorado for some time. Do they kind of wait till your pro career's over to do this?
Is that part of it? Yeah, like that's like when Nate Solder went into. It's I think it's whenever you're done playing the sport or
that
whatever.
Makes sense.
So if you just played in college and you were a great college athlete, there in Boulder, and you just you didn't go on to do play professionally, I think you probably would be have an opportunity to get in a little quicker. But I had to wait 18 years now. So it's kind of wild to think like that it was that long ago that I started my journey there in Boulder. Just so grateful for everything that that place gave me. I mean, I have my wife and my family and like all those things, all the friends, all the people that I got to spend that journey with. The Gary Barnett giving me my first opportunity, which I should probably call it. We should probably get him on at some point.
That'd be great. Well, and because he's got a big Northwestern tie too, so we can talk Big Ten football.
As the season's revving up, we can talk.
It was a big deal when Northwestern got him. Like that. I know that a lot of credit goes to what's his name, who's the former linebacker, who's the coach there. I'm totally blanking right now, but I know that
at Northwestern.
Yeah, like now.
Who was the coach for a while? They got in some trouble, but he was a linebacker there. But Barnett was kind of the guy
under Gary Barnett.
Barnett's kind of the guy who brought him, who really got Northwestern football on the map there.
Are you looking about Pat Fitzgerald?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, I got him.
Who was a great coach, and then there was some hazing stuff.
Yeah. So Coach Barnett does a Northwestern versus Colorado golf event, or he has in the past.
Do you play in it every year?
I've played a couple times. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if you know this about yourself, Mason, but usually if there's a golf opportunity, you are taking yourself up on it.
Well, I mean, I told Molly, I'm like, I'm not done being a professional. So I want to be a pro media guy. I want to be a pro golfer. So, I'm watching the Open Championship and I'm ready for that next opportunity. And you know what? I'm going to be playing in another the pro event.
Yes.
I know.
Love it.
So got the invite. They didn't kick me out. Nice. I wasn't that bad, I guess.
Athletic Director Rick George has personally notified the living members of every class of their impending induction since 2014, as well as the next of kin, including the veteran committee selection. And I kind of want to know more about this Jim Wilcoxon. This year's choice was Jim Wilcoxon, one of the first 2 basketball All-Americans under the legendary and Hall of Fame coach Frosty Cox. I kind of want to go by Frosty.
That might be the best coach name in the history of the world.
Frosty Cox in the late 1930s.
Tommy, you're a child.
Listen to this.
Why are you laughing so hard?
What do you mean? Like he's named after a snowman. That's hilarious.
He's named after a wonderful chocolate dessert at Wendy's, bro. In the late 30s, when CU was often referred to as one of the best programs west of the Mississippi.
You know it.
Let's go.
Dominate it.
All right. So
Byron Whizzer White, baller.
In all seriousness, congratulations. Well deserved. And it's fun to be along this journey with you and to watch, like, since you retired, since you joined the Mason Crosby Show, watching all the different accolades. Obviously, the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame is a week from tonight. Tickets still available. Just Google Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. It's at the Baird Center, downtown Milwaukee. Ernie Johnson, and Joe Thomas going in. It's going to be a blast. Badgers fans should be there. NBA fans should be there. Packers fans should be there. So that's basically all of us in southeastern Wisconsin. We should
fits everybody.
Yeah, that fits at least somebody.
Fill the center.
Exactly. So the Open Championship. I know we got ESPYs to get to today. Drew Wagner's on the show, but we got to start. We got to go live to Mason Crosby, our Open Championship reporter, live from.
This is a great timing because Rory's about to tee off.
Okay.
So
let's go.
He's teeing off on one. Let's see if that driver's fixed. Oh, gosh, he's hesitating. Is he nervous?
Oh, he can't do that.
Oh, he striped it. Oh, no, that wind's caught it. Uh-oh. We're going a little left. Oh, no, he's in the thick stuff. Oh, Rory's done.
This is live play-by-play of the Open Championship with Mason Crosby.
Exactly. I'm just trying my play-by-play.
That was amazing.
Oh, and Rory, he's breathing heavy. I think he's a little nervous. I think there's a little anxiety there. It's his home course. Think about the pressure.
You want to start strong.
Yeah, think about the pressure. Scotty's at -1. 3 off the lead, so he's right there in the thick of it. He's had a couple bad breaks, but he's just out there not not caring.
Has
anybody? He's just out there. He's just not worried about it. It doesn't even matter to him.
Has anybody jumped off the page to you yet? Has anybody started strong that you're like, taking notice of?
Americans are not playing great.
Right, because it's not in America, so why do we care?
But this is how it always goes. There's a few guys that look kind of unknown that jump out on these leaderboards and majors. Yeah. They just do their thing. They get out there, they let it fly, and then all of a sudden they realize they're in the lead or up towards the top of the leaderboard, and day 2, day 3, it's like that they just collapse. Not all the time, but that's historically what happens in these big tournaments. Justin Thomas just teed off, and I am so hopeful Justin Thomas can have a good Open championship.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, he's a likable guy. I like what he's about.
How's the weather?
Let me talk about Open
what's the weather
championship.
update there at the Open? Because sometimes it can be windy and kind of. They're known for kind of some crazy weather sometimes, right?
Well, I guess just like in the middle of some of these guys' first, front nines, like the sky opened up, and like all of a sudden, it was literally from the tee box to Mickelson's like one of his second shots. He had put on all of his rain gear, and it was just pouring. And I saw the wind. I'm a big wind guy.
Yeah.
So the wind, like where they're teeing off, and like the start, like inland, it's like 5 to 10 miles an hour. And then you get out to the water, and the wind actually changes directions, and it's like 15 to 20.
Kind of like Whistling Straits. That happens at Whistling Straits sometimes, right?
It's just, so unique, so awesome. I get so jacked. I love link-style golf. I love just how it looks, the ruggedness, all those things. It's I posted that today. It's my second favorite, golf viewing week of the year.
After the Masters?
Obviously behind the Masters, yeah.
That's awesome. And, I think we've talked about this a little bit before, how, like, it's fun to find and hear people's passions because you can hear the passion in your voice, Mason.
Oh, I love it.
Like, we talked about this, I think, like, with Craig Counsell, who, like, for years when he was on the Brewers or he was on the Marlins or he was on the Diamondbacks, we would have him on the radio the week of the Kentucky Derby because he was a big horse race.
He loves the horse race.
By the way, humble brag, I saw Craig Counsell this morning and said hi to him.
Nice.
And he said hi to me.
Yeah, did you give him a high five?
I did not give him a high. I might have given him a fist. I gave him the fist. He was actually out walking the dog.
Nice.
I said, you enjoying your break? He said, 2 days off, man. That's all we, and I'm like, hey, that's it's
you
worth
learn
it.
to take advantage of it. Whenever you're in the trenches, and you're in the middle of a season, it's like that break, it's like you shut it down and you're like 2 days can feel like a month and you need it. You need that time.
Can you ever find that during the football season besides the bye week? Like, are there windows that you can find a little time?
Honestly, it's like Monday after workouts and then through Tuesday. It's like you learn how to, and I think that's where young guys struggle is they don't learn how to disconnect for that moment.
Okay.
And I think a lot of like coaches and organizations do a bad job of, they don't want them to disconnect. They're worried.
Really?
They're so worried that they're going to lose focus or
disconnect too much.
Yeah, get out, and it's like, and then they want you to come, work out, do a little more recovery, all that, and it's like when you're a veteran, you learn how to do all that stuff at your house, or you have other people come to your home.
Well, you have other things going on in life as opposed to when you're 22, 23, when it's really just football.
They just want to see you in the building at all times.
Yeah, and I would guess that some of that disconnect is probably gaming, like playing video games for the younger guys, right?
Exactly.
Which is like, is that really disconnecting?
Yeah, I don't think that's a good way to disconnect. You need to like get outside, like do stuff. I'd go golfing, or just even simply just go for a walk with your family, or walk your dogs. Do something different than the norm, and you break free from it for 24 hours, and then you lock right back in. And I think that's the best. That's the best rhythm I found, and I didn't really find a good rhythm like that until probably after that 2012 season. Yeah, it was like I realized like I probably was in a bad rhythm
in your head too much, maybe.
Yeah, because then you're just like you're in it all the time, and you don't break free, and that's probably where Human Tuesday was created. If I have to like really look back, it was after that 2012 season.
That makes sense. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. Are you watching the Open Championship like Mason is from start to finish? Are you all in on the Open Championship? And also, did you watch the ESPYs last night? I just kind of want to know, Mason, do athletes watch the ESPYs? Like, do athletes care about that? Unless your team is up for one, like, is it even on people's radars?
I have in the past, yeah, and like you want to see, and I think it's fun. It's awesome to celebrate, people and their accomplishment, and these great athletes. I was going to ask that question, like, is there anyone on this that like was a little surprising, or it was? Here's something I don't always love, like the Icon Awards, like Alex Morgan and Diana Taurasi, like having a award, like in one, like I'm just kind of like, all right, let them have. Like,
can't
spot,
one person
right?
have their moment?
Yeah, like I don't know.
That's a great point.
Or maybe don't do it at the same time. Like at least introduce them at separate moments and like parts of the show where it's like, okay, we have a couple Icon Awards because we want to recognize these people, but they have to go up there and share the award together. I don't know. That feels weird.
That's a great point. What do you got, Tommy?
Mitch, was that a real comment yesterday where you said you'd never heard of Shane Gillis?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was
that's-
You had never heard of Shane Gillis?
absolutely a real comment.
That's-
Never heard of
I
Shane
thought
Gillis.
you were just trolling him. Like,
Nope.
he was bad on.
I mean,
that. Like,
what
you didn't like his jokes, did you?
No, I thought that I actually read through some of them today, and I thought some hit and some didn't, which is, I think, pretty normal. Mrs. Thunder, who's in studio today, she did tell me that Shane Gillis actually was offered a job at SNL, but then some old tweets surfaced, so he wasn't. But he has since hosted twice, that he's a comedian. And if it's going to be a comedian, honestly, I would have rather had Nate Bargatze. I've heard of Nate Bargatze. I love Nate Bargatze.
I think he's done it before.
He has.
Yeah.
The ESPYs? I don't think he's done the ESPYs.
Shane, I think he's pretty good. One award I always love, and I love, me. I'm a human. Human Wednesday being yesterday, like the Pat Tillman Award for service.
Sure, of course.
Like Los Angeles County firefighters, David Walters and Aaron Reagan, like Reagan.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, talk about just pulling at you and like thinking about.
But that speaks to your soul, Mason. Like, you've always, like, since this show has started, you've always talked about how you want this human story. You want the human side to sports. Like, you love sports. You love competition. You want to see what happens on the field. But you also want the human story as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and yeah, for sure. And no surprise, Scotty Scheffler was best golfer, for the ESPYs.
What?
Couldn't accept the award.
What?
Should have won.
And by the way, he just made another birdie, so he's at 2 under.
I mean, Shane,
over.
did he really tee off at like 4 a.m. today? Like, what are we doing?
Scotty?
Yeah, like
No, I saw him tee off. It was like 6:30.
still push him back as late as you
Eastern.
can. Yeah,
Right, but then it gets flipped tomorrow, doesn't
Just
it?
so you know, I literally had it turned on at about 5:45.
You're a sicko.
What time did Nolan have to be at football practice this morning?
He had to be there at 7, but Molly wanted to take him, so I got to sit around and watch a little extra golf. I got a little bonus.
Wow, very
Let
nice.
me say one more thing about the Open Championship that I was like pondering over this morning.
Please
too.
do.
Like, how wild! Because when we were growing, like when we were younger, it was the British.
It was the British Open, right? It was always the British Open, right?
They just decided now they want to be the Open and like the Open or the champion of golf. Like they've tried to take over of being the top champion, which I get. It's the oldest one. It's been around forever. But I just love that that's like how they've carved that out now, where it's like it is the Open. No other Open, no other tournament compares.
Right. There's the U.S. Open.
Exactly.
But it's not.
Find that out.
Should the U.S. Open change its name to like the real Open,
the
Ooh,
Grand Open?
Now you're talking. Yeah. It was. I mean, I remember, for years and years and years, it was always the British Open, and then I don't know if part of it is because they want to make sure like Ireland and Scotland and like everybody gets their due, that it's and I don't always get like what's the United Kingdom and what's Britain and what's
confusing.
England and what's
confusing.
London and what's Manchester.
Well, Northern Ireland is England.
Right.
Right.
But Ireland is not.
All of them work on July 4th. That's all you need to know.
Oh, what's up, suckers?
Yeah.
Not America.
That's right. USA.
Facts.
USA. That's funny. That's good. So we've got the Open Championship underway. ESPYs, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Simone Biles win the best male and female athletes. And That's fine,
Shohei
right?
won the MLB. Saquon.
I mean,
NFL.
Should they just rename the baseball one the Shohei?
Yeah, I mean,
like, is he not? How's he not going to win the next 10 years?
It's kind of ridiculous. He didn't win Male Athlete of the Year, if we're being honest. I don't know if he was nominated for it, but
did they win the World Series?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And he was the best player. He put up the first ever 50-50 season and is pretty much putting the weight of the MLB on his shoulders in the ratings department right now. Yeah, he should have won it.
Why did Saquon not go?
I don't know how many pro athletes care about the ESPYs is what Mitch was almost trying to say, right? Like, is it better than, if you win the ESPY for Male Athlete of the Year, it doesn't compare to being named the league MVP.
It doesn't, but it's just like any of these. It's an awards show. It's more, I guess, like the Academy Awards or the Oscars, where it is a dress up, formal thing. It's more of an entertainment, situation. But I feel like it's good. I mean, I obviously, if I got an ESPY, I'd be there in a heartbeat.
Did you ever go?
I was there, after the Super Bowl year. I was playing in that Tahoe, the Lake Tahoe tournament.
And so you stayed out there?
Yeah, I think it was me, AJ Hawk, Aaron, and like whoever else was going to that.
Was Clay out there?
They had it like on, I think it was Wednesday before the tournament started.
Okay.
So it was pretty awesome. This is a little bougie moment. Disney and ABC, ESPN, they sent a plane to fly us all down.
No.
Ray Allen, so I mean, this plane is like it's like a commercial jet.
Yeah, it's Disney's charter, man.
It was ridiculous.
If only you could have taken out your phone then and recorded interviews with all those people. We could have played them back 15 years later.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for being my teammate.
That's amazing.
I definitely wouldn't be going on this without you. So.
All right, so Simone Biles also won for championship performance. She beat out Steph Curry in the Olympics, Freddie Freeman for his walk-off home run off of our best friend Nestor Cortez, and Rory McIlroy for finally winning. It's hard to argue any of those. Like, all of those could have won. I don't know if with Simone Biles already winning female athlete, I might have given
like
Rory. Rory finally getting over that hump. I don't know.
That was a big moment. I mean, that's like an iconic, huge moment in the sports world.
Yeah,
like internationally. So. I get it. Yeah, I mean, I get Simone Biles as well, obviously, with her history and what she's done in the Olympics.
Well, then I know Tommy was really cheering against Freddie Freeman, just because he hates the Dodgers and loves the Yankees so much. He's such a big Yankees fan that he was like, you can't have Freddie Freeman win that one. This is the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the #1 network in Milwaukee. We're in the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sports Book. We're on the Odyssey app. We're on the iHeart app now. You can find us at thefanmilwaukee.com if you want to stream from the website. But remember, the Odyssey app is free. So AUDACY, it should be on your phone and all your devices. You should be listening wherever you are, unless you're in North Korea, because it probably doesn't stream in North Korea. We've talked about that.
We've discussed this.
Yeah, we've discussed this. Come on, let's be real. There's no way the Odyssey app works in North Korea.
And I'm not sure if YouTube TV did not work in Bermuda.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't
That's
stream.
Surprising.
I don't know
because Bermuda is like part of the free world. They don't have a dictator, do they?
It was weird. Fix it, Bermuda.
Who's in
I'm
charge
not going back until you get that fixed.
Who's in charge of Bermuda? Like, do they have like a governor?
I think they run themselves.
But I mean, who? Like, do they elect a president, or is it a prime minister, or is it a governor, or is it what's the person in charge of Bermuda called?
Molly probably knows. She does a lot
of Molly Crosby.
A lot of research.
It's actually probably Molly Crosby.
It's just the people.
Do we know Andrew Murdoch is the governor of Bermuda?
Governor?
Yeah. Who?
Hello, governor.
Yeah,
I bet that's what.
Governor and commander-in-chief of the Somers Isles.
Oh, okay. I knew it was going to be a governor.
Fancy.
I said governor, didn't I? I'm just saying. I said governor. That's all.
Tommy, when we come back, can you screen share this
I don't
picture
know.
of the British Isle?
I don't think I can.
He defined it out for us. All right.
I don't think I can legally, but
there's
a good Venn diagram that Mommy Tommy sent me as she's listening.
Oh man,
that was so helpful.
It was.
I understand.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, I understand how the UK and
did she send a text?
Yeah, she sent it to me. I forwarded it to you guys. If that's how
Mommy Tommy is the best.
Yeah,
So like England, Scotland are considered what does that say?
They're part of the United Kingdom, and they're
Great
part
Britain.
of Great Britain.
That's Great
yes.
Britain.
Yep.
And then United Kingdom covers into Northern Ireland.
Yes.
Ireland is the whole island.
It's Ireland.
And then there's Northern Ireland's cut out into the United Kingdom. They don't count the Republic.
So I think
it's
they
the
could call
Republic
it,
of Ireland.
They could call it the British Open because the whole thing is called the British
and then
Isles.
the British Isles, yeah.
Does anybody call it the British Isles?
It should be the British Open. It needs to go back.
Amazing.
Because it's not open anywhere. Like they play it in the British Isles.
That's true.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's.
I'm going to get a petition.
The rest of the world exists, British Isles. He's Mason Crosby. Congratulations again on your latest Hall of Fame nod.
It's an
A week
honor.
from tonight, it's the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. November will be the Colorado Athletic Hall of Fame. University of Colorado University? CU, right?
CU, yeah.
CU Athletic Hall of Fame in November. We're all going to Boulder, baby.
Let's go.
He's Mason Crosby. Tommy Wirtz is here. My name's Mitch Nelles, a.k.a. Thunder. Join us on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line 414-677-1250. Join us on YouTube at The Fan Milwaukee. We've got some NFL news and notes and some chatter and just, whatever else is on our mind on this random Thursday of All-Star Week when we talked about it. Like, this is the week where, so many other shows, Mason, I feel like do best sports movie, and then they do their rankings and stuff like that. We can do that at some point. We're not doing it today.
We're just humans. We're just getting all the human elements going on.
Amen.
That's
right.
Yeah, I love it. I'm all for this.
This is the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon. This is the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the number one network in Milwaukee. My name is Mitch Nelles, a.k.a. Thunder. Mason is here. Hi, Mason.
Oh, hello. How are you?
What's your hat today? Oh, did you just go British on us?
No.
That was a little British.
Was that a little British?
By the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but the British Commonwealth still includes Bermuda and a bunch of the islands. Nice. It still includes Australia. It still includes Canada. So I think they could play the Open Championship. Like, they should expand it from the British Isles to anywhere that's still considered the British Commonwealth. Like, why not play it in Toronto? Why not play it in Bermuda? Why not play it in Sydney, Australia? Let's go.
Why go to public school when you can learn geography on the Mason Crosby Show?
Exactly. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Right. You're welcome.
Mrs. Thunder's going to have a heart attack.
Exactly. Well, I'm glad you explained that. Yes.
Tommy said, why go to public school when you can just learn geography on the Mason Crosby Show? It's so true. Oh, that is awesome.
So whenever somebody like breaks away, like in a sense, like Bermuda, like the British just still claim them as a Commonwealth. They're just like, hey, we found you. So like,
unless you have a revolution against them and emancipate yourselves from them. I don't know how it works.
It is.
Do we need Mrs. Thunder to literally tell us? Like, she could tell us, but we're good. We're good. This is the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon. We've been, like yesterday we looked at the top quarterbacks list, and every day ESPN's been going over these like top 10 at each position lists and votes. And I know that on Pack-A-Day Radio they went nuts because Edgerrin Cooper didn't even get like a vote at linebacker, like not honorable mention, not even others receiving votes. Like, that one person thinks he's in the top 10 of linebackers, and certainly we can go position by position. There was another interesting poll that was put out: the top 25 teams of the last 25 years. I think the Patriots took the first 17 of them. So, like, there was really only 8 left. No, I'm just kidding. Relax.
It was close.
It was. Well, I mean, listen, you win 6 Super Bowls. That's a lot of that's a lot of spots to take up. And Mason, I know you mentioned on yesterday's show that what you guys were. What was the 2010 Packers?
They were 8, I believe.
Yeah, which is actually surprising to me. I know you won the Super Bowl, but you were a 6 seed.
As far as the best team, yeah.
Yeah, and so, like, I'm surprised that people thought of you guys that highly, because you needed to get hot at the end of the season, even just to make the playoffs that year.
Okay, so here's, like, how they, let's see. Offense, we were 81st percentile. Like, our defense was one of the best.
Yes.
In 98th percentile is how they had the defense
That's crazy.
ranked. Yeah, just so dominant.
Well, it was all Howard Green just, like, forcing being that big guy in the middle.
Well, he was a beast.
I'm just kidding.
He was a beast.
Yeah.
But then you had Colin
everybody.
Jenkins, and then Clay Matthews obviously was unstoppable.
Yep. AJ Hawk was great. Nick Collins, Tremont Williams.
Nick Collins, Tremont.
You couldn't throw. I mean, you couldn't throw on you guys.
Yeah. I mean, Nick Collins with his speed could have been a corner if he just if he lost like 10 pounds, he would have been a corner. Like, the guy was unbelievable. Here's so since I've suggested I'm willing to consider broader performance over what teams do at the end of the season, I can already hear you wondering why I didn't nominate the 2011 Packers, who went 15-1 with Aaron Rodgers.
Like, you guys, regular season
was
dominant. Like, absolutely. I mean, you should never have lost that game to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
What was the locker room like after you guys lost to because the Chiefs were terrible that year? And going into Kansas City is a tough place to play. But, like, you guys are undefeated. What were you, 13-0 going into that game?
We were no. Yeah, didn't we lose that right before I thought that was a game right before Detroit.
Was it? So 14-0?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So what was, like, how did guys react when, like, that's a game? Did you feel like the guys just showed up and thought they could win?
It was a tough game. The weather was awful. Didn't we have some injuries? Wasn't Sherrod? Didn't he get hurt in that game as well?
Sounds right.
There was a bunch of injuries in that game. Is weird. I tried an onside kick at the end and it was awful.
What happened, Mason?
Well, we tried to get a little fan. I was trying to do this little it was before the spinner was a thing.
Okay.
And it was I tried to hit this little spin ball, and it kind of took a nasty kick off that. So that grass there in Kansas City gets so patchy and gross late in the year, and then it was kind of spit and rain and 45 degrees. And like it hit like something and just like bounced and it went like 20 yards down the field. So it was like didn't even really give us a chance, which is always disappointing. But that was just it was a weird one. And that team, we blew some teams out. We had to beat the Giants on a game-winning field goal. We had some tough ones. That team from the start. Again, our defense wasn't. It was so weird how dominant our defense was in 2010. They were a different type of dominance in 11. Like it was like they gave up a lot of yards. Like they like it was like a bend don't break, lots of turnovers, and every time we got a turnover, it felt like we scored points on the other side. So it was like, but we had there were some holes in that team compared to 2010, where it was like so many injuries, but that defense just was so dominant and solid and just a well-rounded football team there.
Just to update, you were 13-0, and then you beat the Bears in Week 16. And then
it was 13-0.
You guys put up 40 or more points in 6 games that year, by the way. Like so there was a lot. I
think the Giants was 13-0, right? Like
to get to 13-0,
12-0, and then you had the Raiders, in which you guys won 46-16.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up, Raiders.
Yeah,
that was the game I told y'all about, where the Raiders players, they did not come out with their shirts off. They were like bundled up and they were just like, please get us out of here.
You've told us about that one. Yeah.
I think Will Blackman took a punt return to the house, and
nice.
So looking at, I mean, and that was a dominant team for sure. But looking at, it's still like looking at some of these teams. The Patriots, the year they lost in the Super Bowl to the Giants, they have them as the number 1 overall team. The Seahawks with the Legion of Boom are number 2.
Question. Yeah. Why are the Buffalo Bills 2022 team on this list?
Just at all?
At all? I mean, it doesn't make any. Like I guess I don't understand that. Like if the 2011 Packers aren't on this list,
right?
How is that team on?
I mean,
this
hot
list?
take. Like you can't be the number 1 team of the decade or the 25 years if you didn't win the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, you cannot. You're. I don't care that it was the 07 Patriots and they were awesome and everything, but you didn't win the Super Bowl. Why would you be the best team?
So that's who they have as the best team. Barely
2007, the 18-1 when they lose to the Giants.
When they were
18-0. Right.
The David Tyree catching the ball on his helmet.
Oh yeah.
Right. Fantastic team. Awesome team. Obviously, Brady had all the records after that stage, but. So
did
the Giants did they make the list? Did the 2007 Giants team
I'll bet they did not.
I didn't see him on the list.
Which is insane. Like, if anything, they are very similar to our 2010 Super Bowl team.
So the fact that they have the percentiles here, like the offense and defense, makes me think that they're partially leaning into computer metrics.
Yeah, I hate this list. I totally hate this list.
That the number 1 team of the decade
Colts
is a team
lost
that
divisional round. They're number 12 in 2007.
Lost in the divisional round.
They're above the Giants, who won the Super Bowl and beat us, the Packers, who were 13-3, just looked like a juggernaut. We had a great defense. We had a great team in 2007.
Yep.
Similar to that 2010 team.
Yes.
And the Giants came through us. They went to the 49ers. Right, and beat the 49ers, and then they had to beat the best team in the world, the 2007 New England Patriots. Like, how are the Giants not ahead of any of these teams?
That game was the end of Favre, remember?
That's exactly. Oh
because
my
it
gosh.
was because and there
that whole season, like the Chicago game at the end of the year,
yep.
and then that game, like the cold, like you finally saw, it was like he was broke. The cold was. He was done with it.
So there are rumors, and this is a whole separate show. We don't have to get into it too much today. But there were rumors then, and even bigger rumors now, that there was at halftime of that game, there were people in that locker room who wanted Aaron Rodgers to play because of how old and brittle Brett Favre looked, and that the powers that be said, no, you cannot bench Brett Favre in this game.
Yeah, it looked like he had just kind of, he was done. Yep. I mean, like whenever he went out in overtime, like he was on the sideline in his jacket, and then it's like,
right, he was the Oakland Raiders that day,
reluctant to go back out on that field, which I don't blame him. I mean, it was crazy. I've told y'all, like whenever I made a tackle on the sideline in that game, and I could not breathe for like 2 minutes. Like I was just like, I was like heaving, and I was like, that was my only time I hit the ground. I can't imagine everybody else, the whole game going through that.
What about the 2024 Eagles being number 4? Last year's Eagles teams, number 4 on that list.
They were good.
I mean, they were really good.
They were awesome.
Are they the fourth best team of the last 25 years? Though,
I think that's. I don't
think so. I think some of those Patriots,
bias.
I think some of those Patriots, a number of those Patriots teams. I even think like the Colts with Peyton Manning or the Seahawks were probably the Seahawks.
The Legion of Boom was number 2.
Yeah, they were number 2.
You want me to tell you another one that really pisses me off?
Yeah, you go. You tell us, Mason.
Yeah, the team that lost 43-8, the Denver Broncos team that lost to Seattle.
Yeah.
35th percentile on defense, like 43-8 in the Super Bowl, and they're the number 15 ranked on this.
They were awesome until the Super Bowl.
This is a joke.
Oh
this
my
whole
gosh.
list is a joke.
We're doing lists every day on this show.
Yeah, we are. I love it. So the Nikolai Law Fan Talking text line 414-677-1250. So T in Pewaukee has a couple. So we don't talk politics on the show, but if somebody texts in something political, can we read it and then just not respond to it?
Yeah, I don't want to respond to it.
You don't want. No, we don't have to respond. But should we read it, or should we not even read it?
Can I read it first and tell you if you should read it?
I don't want to read.
I'll read the non.
I don't want to read it.
All right, I'll read the non-political one.
Yeah, read the
Says,
non-political.
Thunder, you forgot to add New England cheated for 6 Super Bowls, or at least until Spygate was discovered. Once a cheater, always the cheater. That's T in Pewaukee.
That's true. So I mean, they shouldn't be on this list. They just
relax. You still have to be dominant at football to win the Super Bowl.
Like 2015 Carolina Panthers.
I would argue that
I love it.
The Patriots should probably be like. They can't be in the top 10 on this list.
They can't be in the top 10?
Just for any of their non-Super Bowl wins. Like
because of Spygate or Deflategate?
No. I'm not claiming on that. I'm saying that 2007 team,
that team
cannot be in the top 10.
That specific team.
Specifically.
I mean, they did win 6 other rings besides that.
Correct. Okay. Yeah. And you know what? We can, Deflategate, Spygate, like we can probably point to a lot of them, but, they did it 6 times. They probably, I'm assuming everyone was cheating in the NFL anyway. They always do something like that. So
that's a big assumption.
Okay, well, maybe Mason's not going to spill any secrets here,
that's
but
a big assumption.
I mean, I'm sure that he's had a friend get a videotape that they didn't know about, but whatever. Anyway, I will say that you have to win the Super Bowl to be in the top 10 on this list, and they did that with, I believe, 2 teams, because they also put the 2001 Rams, who lost to the Patriots, on at number 10.
Yeah, and they were the greatest show on turf, right?
So, I guess, like the analytic, whatever, with those percentiles for offense, defense, and ranking there. But again,
this is not a Super Bowl list. This is more of a regular season list than anything else.
But except for ours, where they put the 2010 Packers and not the 2011 Packers.
Great point.
Because if you're going to say if it's a regular season list, the 2011 Packers were way better than the 2010 Packers.
For sure. Yeah, so I don't know what this list is. A bunch of gobbledygook.
I'm not even sure what this list is.
Gobbledygook. That's what it is.
It's like power rankings. It's like all that stuff. Yeah.
I
would love a power rankings before the NFL season.
Oh, for
starts.
Sure.
Multiple.
Yeah, can't wait. He's Mason Crosby. I'm Mitch Nelles. Tommy Wirtz is here as well. The Mason Crosby Show is presented by Verizon, the #1 network in Milwaukee. Remember, everywhere you listen to your audio, you can find the Mason Crosby Show, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you go. Catch the full episode, listen by individual hour, or jump straight to the highlights. Just open up your favorite podcast app, search The Mason Crosby Show, and hit the follow button so you get every minute of the show your way and on your time. And remember, you can do that on YouTube also. You can watch us live right now. Mason, I don't know if you noticed or not, I'm wearing my Make-A-Wish Wisconsin polo.
I like that.
Because we love our friends at Make-A-Wish, and we're raising lots of money for them next Sunday.
Sunday, it's coming up. Yeah,
it's the Border Brouhaha, so Google Border Brouhaha or Beloit Skycarp and go to those websites and get your tickets for the inaugural softball game.
Yep. Your name will go in a drawing to be able to kick a field goal, and I believe it's to win. I think it's to win $1,000.
Really?
You kick. Yeah,
what's the length?
I think we decided on like an NFL extra point. So
a real one or an old one?
33-yarder.
Because I can kick a 20-yarder.
33-yarder.
I don't think I can kick a 33-yarder.
Yeah.
Tommy, can you kick a 33-yarder?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if Mason can do it, I can do it.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, wow, man!
Pulled hammy instantly.
I love it.
I was waiting on when should I share this, but I am a vigilante right now in Madison. as I just destroyed a basketball hoop in a pool at a hotel.
Yeah,
I was
you
not
mentioned that
staying
in our text, but broken, like destroyed.
I mean, went up so clean. Shaquille O'Neal, like one arm
like
went
Shaquille
up.
and Phoenix.
Yeah, just
like
clean the rim
stanchion.
directly right off. Backboard's fine. If you want to throw a ball at the backboard, you can totally still do that, but the rim destroyed.
Where was this pool that they had a basketball
APB out for Tommy Works from Madison, Wisconsin?
I went out and hung out with some buddies that are in town for the Northwoods League All-Star game in Madison, and went to the hotel and brought a pair of shorts, went immediately to the basketball hoop, and just raw power from there. I mean, I can't really,
Amazing. You notice how in the text thread, like Thunder and I didn't ask any questions. We didn't want to be implemented at all in this.
Right.
So you just put this out there. Now we're all involved.
I did pick up all the screws, left it right by the basketball hoop there.
Someone
So, first of all, there was only 2 of the 4 that were in, so I felt like I was set up to fail. And I didn't jump out from outside the pool. It was in the pool, all right? This was all natural strength. Yeah,
through the water.
I was getting doubted. I had to let him know that I am an athlete, former athlete.
Once an athlete, always an athlete, Tommy.
Yeah, and it was only one arm. It wasn't even both hands. Like, that was just half strength.
Listen to TK Wirtz just crushing it. Unbelievable.
Quite literally.
Slamming balls in pools in Madison. Well, again, wherever that pool is, like, it's awesome that they had a basketball hoop at the pool, like poolside in some hotel pool.
They did have a basketball hoop.
That's amazing.
It's the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon, the #1 network in Milwaukee. We've got some news and notes in the NBA and the NFL to get to when we come back here. And then Drew Wagner will join us at the top of the 10 o'clock hour to talk about our favorite baseball team. We had a little cool front come in last night, Mason.
Nice.
I went from high 80s to low 60s.
Wow.
63 right now in Hales Corners, high of 68, low of 56. And we had there was some inclement weather last night.
Yeah, was it bad?
It was bad. Beaver Dam, some Dodge County got hit pretty bad. There were a couple tornadoes that did hit ground. In the Milwaukee area, I think we had mostly rain. I think most of the real bad weather was north. I think Sheboygan ended up getting hit pretty bad.
Crazy rain in Madison when I was going up yesterday.
Yep.
Crazy rain.
Yep, exactly. So that's all past now, but it did bring the cool front. And so high of 68. Right now it's 63 in Hales Corners on the Mason Crosby Show. This is the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the number one network in Milwaukee. Mitch Nelles, a.k.a. Thunder, here with you. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250 if you want to be part of the show. You can also watch us on YouTube and comment right there in the comments. It comes right to us at The Fan Milwaukee. Mason, it is a little bit of a reprieve. I know I ended last segment with the weather, that it's mid-60s, but mid-60s doesn't really feel like summer. It's a little too cool right now. Like we were high 80s, nice. Which was hot, but now it's like it's a I feel a little off because it's like cloudy and cool. And do you wear shorts? Do you wear a long sleeve T-shirt? What am I supposed to do here?
See, that's what we do on the Mason Crosby. We just have this introspection. We're just like Scotty Scheffler, just trying to figure things out.
Exactly.
Asking all the right questions. You do whatever you feel comfortable in. For me, like kind of a low 60s, it'd be shorts, maybe like a half zip.
Ooh, yeah.
Legs usually stay pretty warm, but don't want that upper body getting cool.
Some news and new notes from around the world of sports. Last night, the Washington Commanders signed Von Miller, veteran defensive end / linebacker. He's got 129.5 career sacks, 16th on the all-time list. He does still have to pass his physical. He's 36 years old, played the last 3 seasons with the Bills. Listen, we all saw the Commanders last year kind of come out of nowhere. Obviously, Jaden McDaniels is a great quarterback. I know it's Daniels. Relax, everybody.
Jamison McDaniel.
Right, Jamison McDaniel is their quarterback. Their offense with him was very dynamic. Their defense needed a little help. I think this makes Washington a better football team.
Yeah, I don't know has Von Miller been healthy?
Not really.
Yeah, so I mean, because I was going to ask that question, but I kind of know the answer and probably. But would that have been somebody that Packers could have brought in? A veteran guy, but I just don't think his health is going to be a question.
Yeah,
I just don't think he's going to be a guy.
And I think if the Packers looked at it, they'd still probably want secondary help as opposed to linebacker help. I think we feel pretty good about Cooper, Walker, Simmons in that linebacker room, with whoever else is in that linebacker room.
I thought that was one name. I was like, wait, who
that's
is
a
that?
law firm. It's a law firm.
Somebody, did we get somebody else? Like
Cooper Walker and Simmons. Yeah.
I get it now. I like that.
Yeah, I
so
think
you see Von Miller you see as more of an outside linebacker, not like a down on the line.
I think kind of both.
And rusher.
Yeah, kind of.
I think he's done
hybrid.
a little bit of both.
Yeah, and I think he's done more. I think you're right. I think he's done more D-end work the past couple of years. But again, he hasn't stayed healthy for an entire season. He's 36 years old. It does bring them some veteran leadership, maybe. I don't know. I
think just a presence, but yeah, I don't. I mean, I think.
How do you feel about the Washington Commanders in general? I mean, they have a breakout season last year, and they shock everybody with how well they beat down the Lions in the playoffs. But are they that team? Do they take a step back? A lot of times
they have
you see
an unhappy wide receiver now. It's like,
what's up with that
anymore? Like McLaurin's unhappy with his contract, which again, I don't. Yeah, like those words, I always like. That's like the Giannis being. What was he? What was the word that they used? He was disappointed. Like, what did they say whenever they let Dame go?
Oh, yeah, they disappointed.
Not pleased or something.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like so. That's like the McLaurin. It's like I'm sure he's not pleased that he's not the highest paid wide receiver. So if someone says like, "Do you wish you were the highest paid wide receiver?" and he says yes, then they're like, "Ooh, he's not happy with his contract."
Right. Is he really not, or is he just
like? I'm sure he's not. Like a guy like that, like, and he's a stud wide receiver. Yeah, and he's seeing these guys get deals. But if I'm him, I'm like, I just saw Garrett Wilson. I just saw these deals get done. Like, I'm glad that I didn't sign before Garrett Wilson signed. Now I'm going to be like, well, you owe me $40 million plus a year. Like that's just kind of the number now.
Yeah. So I think so in general with the Commanders though, is that a team we've seen rookie quarterbacks take that step back like that, and then they really explode the next year. Like, what do you expect from the Commanders this year?
I mean, he seems like a unique,
he does.
Unique, like dynamic player, like a Lamar Jackson, where he can throw, he can run. He doesn't, Lamar has had some injury issues, but like Jaden Daniels, got through the season and like was fairly unscathed, I feel like, and he seems to avoid contact. He'd almost rather be a passer at times, and then he just runs for effect. So I like that, and yeah, I think offensively feel really good about him. I still have a hard time thinking Commanders are going to be our contenders. Like they've just been down for such a long time,
right?
That it's hard to think.
Wait, do we have to start taking the Commanders seriously now?
But I think you do. I mean, with what they did last year, I mean that was. I don't think that they would take a step back significantly. The Cowboys are going to be a question mark. Eagles are tough. Giants are a mess. So I think in that division, they're going to be battling it out with the Eagles to try to win the East. That's at least my thought on that.
Yep. And then switching gears, but another free agency move yesterday in the world of the NBA. Bradley Beal was somebody we've been watching with the Phoenix Suns. What's going to happen with him?
Yeah.
Would he be a fit with the Bucks? And the Bucks, according to all reports, the Bucks talked to him, and a number of other teams talked to him, and he ends up with the Clippers. Yeah. And the Clippers have some, with
it's a good pickup for them.
Yeah, I mean, with Harden and Beal, I mean that's a great backcourt in terms of scoring.
For sure.
But again, everything with the Clippers comes down to can Kawhi Leonard stay healthy or not?
No doubt.
And Bradley Beal, like what is he gonna get his head on straight? Phoenix seemed to be a bad situation for him. Is he ready to get back to All-Star form? I think it would have been nice to. I'm curious to see what it looked like with Beal.
Well, how I feel about I feel about culture and situational play. So he was in a spot where clearly they're trying to break that whole thing up. Like the Suns down there in Phoenix, it's a bit of a mess right now. They're just they're moving on from any veteran. Like I don't know what they're trying to do down there, but it was clearly not a good fit for KD for Beal. So yeah. It's a spot that is just moving in a direction kind of counter to a lot of these other organizations that are trying to build championship teams. They're just they're finding a different path right now, and we're still not sure what that path is. But if I'm Bradley Beal, I'm ecstatic to get into a spot where you're going to be around some guys that that are hungry, that want to win, that are veterans, that you could go and maybe be the best version of yourself out there in LA, and get back to that 30+ points a game, and get in that All-Star game again.
Any this is the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon, the #1 network in Milwaukee. Any open updates for us? Any open championship? Anything going on there?
Yeah, I think Scotty just finished up, and let me see what he did. They're in a little bit of a break. 3 under, gosh, he's winning this thing. I mean, it's over.
Got him right where you want him.
Yeah.
One stroke back of the lead.
Weather's going to get tough, and look who's in there. It's Olesen, Jacob Skov Olesen.
Yep,
I've never heard of him.
Yep.
Let's see. Hao Tong Lee, yeah, he's gone. Fitzpatrick's good, and he always plays well in these. Jordan, Matthew Jordan, so some Englishmen, but Scheffler leading the way for the Americans, and he, which he always does, and like this thing's over. I think this morning was actually probably a little easier than the afternoon is going to be. It looks like the weather's kind of getting a little dicey out there, so I can see that holding strong, and he's just going to come out. And he now tomorrow. Yeah, he'll play in the later rounds tomorrow.
Right.
So, yeah.
Or is today he's playing earlier? Because they start, or is today considered later because he's playing now?
I mean, I guess he was.
Some guys are already done. Like,
but he probably teed off at around 11:30 until 12 o'clock their time. So he'd probably play in the afternoon rounds.
How do you feel about Phil Mickelson?
It's. I have some weird, I just don't love the live stuff. Like everyone that went to live just kind of sometimes rubs me the wrong way, like just how they are. But I mean, it's good to see a guy like Mickelson, 55 years old?
55 years old, and he already
going out.
He shot a 1 under 70.
Yeah,
he's already done.
Best open.
And apparently
open
the weather was
2016 or something.
And apparently the weather was better earlier. Like the weather's gotten worse for these guys.
Yeah.
So the fact that Scotty doesn't even do you think Scotty walks around and the weather like he's in a bubble? Like he doesn't even notice the weather.
The weather
positive energy.
The weather does not fulfill him.
Right.
He does not.
The
matter.
weather
it
moves.
Does not matter.
Like for everybody else, it affects the weather. Like sees at Scotty and gets out of his way. It's like we better not mess with Scotty.
Don't mess with Scotty. Yeah.
All right, well, we got to get to Drew Wagner, our Milwaukee baseball insider, writes for Forbes Sports. We're going to talk about the All-Star game, and we're going to talk about moving to L.A. And all that entails for this Milwaukee Brewers baseball team. We are the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the #1 network in Milwaukee. We are in the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We are on YouTube at The Fan Milwaukee, and we are very good-looking gentlemen. This is the Mason Crosby Show.
Check us out.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Thunder Nelles. Brought to you by Verizon, the #1 network in Milwaukee on 1250 AM and 1057 FM The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball, because fundamental development starts with focus. Find them at focusbaseball.com.
Got to keep those hands in.
Nice action.
Got to keep those hands in.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
I'm scared now.
Don't get loosey-goosey. Don't get loosey-goosey on the
softball game.
You should be. You should be a little scared.
I am.
Should we invite Drew to the softball game?
I mean, we can. He'd say no.
Well, let's find out. This is the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon, the number one network in Milwaukee. Mitch Nelles, a.k.a. Thunder, Mason Crosby with you. And joining us now from Forbes Sports, our Milwaukee baseball insider. He is the one, the only, Drew Wagner. Good morning, Drew.
You know, I would have played softball. I brought it up a couple weeks ago, and you said, we'll get back to you.
We're getting back to you right now, bro. Right now is getting back to you.
Made other plans. Going out of town.
Made other plans.
What do you mean going out of town? You're going to Beloit. That's where you're going, bro.
Unfortunately, I'm going further south to Chicago.
Chicago.
You love Illinois. You love Chicago.
Yeah, you're such a Chicago guy.
Illinois and Indiana just exist to make wherever you're trying to get to just that much longer.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's why they exist. He is Drew Wagner joining us on the Mason Crosby Show. We saw an inning and a third of decent pitching from our Brewers. At least they didn't do what a lot of the other NL relievers did and give up runs, though Mizorowski gave up a couple deep fly balls. How do you feel our Milwaukee Brewers represented themselves at the All-Star game?
Absolutely horrible. Mizorowski should have struck out all three batters on 3 pitches. All 9 pitches should have been over 100 miles an hour. He should be traded. Mark Attanasio is telling him to throw slower and not strike people out because it's too expensive to sign a guy. That's pretty much the rationale.
I mean,
smart.
He covered it right there.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were thinking as well. Yeah, it was. What are your good, bad, ugly from the All-Star game? Do you watch the All-Star game? Is it something that you just get so excited for, or is it ho-hum for you? What did you think of this year's All-Star game?
It's ho-hum. I mean, I was listening to the radio broadcast. I like that. I had my softball game that night. Then I had some work that I had to do around the house. I had it on. When I went out to the garage, I had the headphones in and was listening. I mean, it's not a game, man. It's just exhibition. I mean, spring training games have more competitiveness than some of these things. And it's not a knock. It's just a reality. It's a chance to showcase, baseball's best. It's a great thing. But for those of us who have to, eat, sleep, and drink it for however many weeks, it's kind of nice to just step back and, have it on as background,
For sure.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to check out Mizorowski. I made sure I got in front of the TV for that inning. It was impressive. I mean, the kid's good. We knew that already. But it's just, it's kind of ho-hum.
Yeah, it is. But and honestly, the setup pitching, I get it too. And then some of the main stars, I think just kind of played sparingly. They had just a couple moments, and then got out and let some of these up and coming all stars, maybe first timers or things like that, get a little few more opportunities. Did you like the swing off at the end? What'd you think of how they cut the tie there at the end?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They obviously learned their lesson from 2002. Yeah. It's a meaningless exhibition. So why not end it on a high note? And I think they did that. And I think that was a good way to close out what was a pretty good night for Major League Baseball.
Nice. And it also doesn't make the game go too long. That's one of our. Right? Don't we talk about that in the press box all the time? Extra innings are the worst. So at least they get
free
the game.
Baseball.
Right. Free baseball, right. At least there was no free baseball. At least they just have a swing off and it's over. We don't have to worry about how long it's going to go.
When I become governor, because in case you missed it, I've announced my candidacy about a half hour ago.
Perfect.
I am going to make it an amendment to the state constitution that anyone who says free baseball can be beaten with those really long souvenir, yard plastic beer things at the stadium.
Yes.
So tread lightly there, Mitchell Nelles.
Relax.
Relax. It was great. It fit right into the primetime network window. What more can you ask for?
There you go. And that is exactly what you want. And you want, as Brewers fans, we want McGill and Mizorowski to pitch well, and they did. And let's all move on, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Now everyone gets to take a nap, and the second half starts, and the real work begins. Because, like we said, it's going to be. Listen, this is going to be hard. I mean, right out of the gate, you're playing some tough teams. You're going back to face the Dodgers, who are looking for revenge. Then you're facing the Mariners, who are playing really good baseball, and they've got probably the best power hitter, in the game right now. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. And I think we talked about this. We got Drew Wagner at Forbes Sports, our Brewers insider on the Mason Crosby Show. He's here every Monday and Thursday at the 10 o'clock hour. But, yeah, we talked about this, I think, like a month ago. And, we're kind of running down the schedule. All right, if they can get 10 wins out from 500 at this point, feel good about it. I mean, they're second, and they're only one game back to the Cubs right now, but they are going on this tough stretch. And I know you're excited about West Coast baseball, and those opening pitches being at about 9:00 come tomorrow night.
I love it. I don't got to be there. I can just doesn't bother me. I'll hop on with Tommy at about 8:45.
Perfect.
Hey.
You love that. You love those late nighters.
I'm a single, unmarried man with no children that I know of. I have no one to answer to. I still get yelled at a lot. I can stay up as late as I want and sleep as long as I want.
So you weren't up like I was at 5:30 watching the Open Championship this morning, I'm assuming.
Hell no.
That's amazing.
Definitely not.
All right,
well, if you've been listening, I've just been giving my updates, on the Open Championship. So Scotty Scheffler is at 3 under and 1 back from the lead. So the tournament's pretty much over at this point.
Where's Rory? That's what I want to know. How far back is Rory?
He just hit a drive into the crowd, so I'm sure he'll probably double that hole and he's done. Yeah, he's probably cooked.
Love it.
Love it. I knew you'd like that. Well, Drew, hey, yeah, so moving into these next games against the Dodgers, I think Mizorowski's not in line to pitch against L.A. Pretty good, three-pitcher lineup to start those games. How do you feel about coming out of the All-Star break? Is there a lot of pressure to come out of this break and have instant success against a really good Dodgers team?
I mean, I don't know if it's pressure so much as you have to do it. Now the race begins, and it's still a little too early to scoreboard watch. But here's two things to keep in mind. We just talked about the Brewers' schedule, and it's one of the toughest second half schedules in Major League Baseball, going off opponents' records. The team with the easiest schedule down the stretch, according to opponents' records, is the Chicago Cubs. So
how does that happen?
You go into that not thinking, okay, we have to be perfect. You have to look at that and go, all right, we have to play our best baseball because we are going up against the toughest teams. How do we do that? Well, the Brewers have to look no further than the Dodgers. And this is something we talked about last week. It's not so much that sweeping the Dodgers told the Brewers that they could beat the Dodgers. All right. What it taught them is, here's what you have to do to beat these good teams. Mm-hmm. Here is the kind of baseball you have to play. Here is the approach you have to take. Here is the game plan. They have that blueprint. Is it going to work every time? No. But if they stick to that approach, their chances are going to be a lot better. And the goal here is just to win the series. Win that series any way you can. Come back home, win another series, and just focus it like that. It goes back to Murph's mantra of win tonight. You can't worry about tomorrow until you play today's game. You've got to look at it as one game at a time, one inning at a time, one at-bat at a time, one pitch at a time. That's the only way the Brewers are going to be able to do what they want to do.
Well, and the Brewers have, they start with 3 in L.A. and 3 in Seattle. Yes, as Brewers fans, we want them to win every series, but I would be thrilled with 3-3. In those 6 games, I would take 3 on 3, get back home against Miami, get ready for the Cubs. Like, to me, that's the best way to look at these 6 games. Am I like?
That's right. It is. It is in Seattle. For some reason, I thought they went to L.A. and then came home and played Seattle. But you're right. It is in L.A. I screwed that up.
Yeah, it's a lot of late nights for Tommy Wirtz.
Long West Coast trip here.
I do have a question for Drew, if you guys would allow here. It was actually based.
You missed me, Tommy, don't you?
You turned his mic on.
I know. I don't even know.
Mason, did you turn his mic on?
I don't know. Yeah, he has full control.
What?
Unbelievable.
I haven't talked to Drew in forever, it feels like. And this is like rekindling with an uncle I forgot I had at this point. But I just wanted to ask.
That sounds creepy.
Are you one of his? You're not one of his kids that he doesn't know about,
no,
right?
confirmed, not Drew's.
Okay.
Confirmed, not Drew's. I will ask, though, about this now that we don't look at the race necessarily for the standings. They obviously do all this midseason awards projection and stuff. And the more curious story that I saw was ESPN predicting Caleb Durbin to win NL Rookie of the Year right now, and was curious as to your thoughts on that right now, Drew, because he's been amazing for the last month and change now here for the Milwaukee Brewers, but obviously this team relied heavily on rookies, and I don't even know if he's the heavy favorite on his team to be nominated for Rookie of the Year. Your thoughts on that, Drew?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't paid much attention to those awards since I got kicked out of the hype butt, grumpy old Sports Writers Association. Those DBWA guys are elitist snobs.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't. That's the first time that I've heard Durbin in the running for Rookie of the Year, and you're right. I don't think, depending on what Miz does the rest of the way, I can't see Durbin being a favorite on that. Although, who knows? Maybe he goes on a tear in the second half and just runs away with it. I mean, no one really in the NL right now has a. Yeah. Yep. I mean, everything's possible. We've seen crazy things, and that sure would silence a lot of the critics out there who think that the key to the Brewers winning a World Series is going out and trading for Eugenio Suarez.
Right. Yeah. Caleb Durbin, ends up being the Rookie of the Year, and it just has a great second half of the season. That just kind of silences all of those thoughts. But that does lead me to my next question, though, for you is, Drew, do you believe this Brewers team needs to go and get somebody? Is that something?
I don't. I hear it all the time. Go out and get it back. Go out and get it back.
I dislike that.
What are you going to do? Well, what bat is out there that's going to automatically turn this into the World Series favorite?
And you're going to have to sit somebody that you're
going to have to
playing
sit
well.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Yep. And the talk is, trade for a shortstop. Well, there aren't really that many great shortstops out there that are available. Well, then trade for a second baseman and move Turang over. You're not going to move a Platinum Glove winner to a new position midway through the season. Just isn't going to happen, especially with what happened to his shoulder in spring training. It's not going to happen.
Just the plug-and-play mindset that is kind of goofy whenever a team like this is rolling the way they are. It's like the last thing you want to do is break up that rhythm and that camaraderie there, too.
I tell people all the time, this is not your video game. This is not your stupid fantasy league, where it's just you're moving names around.
Have an opinion,
This is real life. Yep.
You're
calling another GM who can say no for any given reason, who you may offer a ton of prospects, but they are looking for different attributes in prospects than the guys that you have. And you see this with the Brewers all the time. They have Brewers go out and they pick up pitchers off the scrap heap or trade for them or whatever. There are certain attributes that, as an organizational philosophy, the Brewers embrace. Those are the guys they look for. Other GMs look for other things. It's not that easy to just, quote, go out and get a bat. People that say that, you're crazy and should go to BetterHelp.com. It's cheap, $39 a week. It'll help.
Unbelievable. Drew Wagner joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. The Brewers headed out to L.A. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then in Seattle Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It's Drew, I will let you know, I did talk about this earlier today. I did bump into the manager of our Chicago Cubs earlier this morning. Sorry. I did.
Wow.
Of the hated
what just happened?
The hated Chicago Cubs this morning.
Did you give Prager's my regards?
I did. I went right up to him and I said, Drew Wagner says hello. And he said,
I could see you actually doing that, Thunder. I could see you doing
on the radio.
Yeah.
I could see you doing something like that, though.
I would.
Stir that pot a little bit.
Trying to stay in his good graces.
Trade Council could drink 7 big gulps of Mountain Dew, get in the car, drive down the freeway, and see me standing on fire next to a sign that says next gas station 50 miles and he would gun it.
So you guys
got a free ad for Mountain Dew. Free ad.
right. Like,
I'm assuming what you'd want him to do, but that's kind of weird as well. That'd be the thing.
Why
if
are
he
you
had
on
Mountain
fire?
Dew,
Why are you on fire, Drew?
Drew, I'm looking at stuff, and I do want to ask you. I mean, I get some more serious question.
Yeah, Craig says hi, by the way.
Sal Frelick, is he going to be available in the series? Like, is he all right? I see he's day to day. Is he? Is he going to be all right?
I think what they're going to do is they're going to go out to LA. They're going to put him through a round of tests, and see how he does. And if it's determined that he's not able to go for a couple more days, I think then what you see is they'll activate someone, because they do have the taxi squad. They'll probably bring, Blake or somebody out there just in case. If Sal goes through the test and isn't feeling it, then I think you see a move retroactive to Sunday. They IL him, because then you're only missing about 5 games, something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's 10 days for position players, 15 for pitcher. I always get it flipped.
So
I think we're not
just
gonna
like miss
anything.
this away. Yeah, this away run.
They'll make the decision that day. There's no need to make that move now when you have time to rest and you can backdate it. So they'll go out to LA. They'll put him through the full gamut, see how he's doing, and make a decision then.
You mentioned Blake. Where are we with Blake Perkins?
He's been he finished his rehab assignment. He's been optioned to AAA Nashville.
Got it.
So he's on the 40-man. He's available to go if needed. I would assume that if a move is made, that's going to be the move.
And I assume he's playing at Nashville, like to get back to get fully into playing shape, etc.
Well, they made the move. They made the move Monday, and Nashville AAA follows the same All-Star break. They might be back tonight or tomorrow at the very latest, but he hasn't played yet. I think it was more of a roster mechanics type move, and you can bring someone back if there's an injury.
Yeah, they're at home against Indianapolis tomorrow night, so they will play tomorrow.
So I would assume that he's on the taxi squad, because they do bring a taxi squad along on road trips for situations like this. So I would assume, and I could be wrong, maybe I've got the roster mechanics wrong, but I would assume that if Frelick is unavailable, then it's as simple as bringing up Perk, putting him in center, sliding Churio back over to right, something like that.
All right, Drew, I got one question before we let you go. I know these guys because I got an email. I think they were pitching me, pun intended, to throw out a first pitch at Nashville Sound at some point.
Yes, sir.
At one of their games. Would you advise to just try to throw as hard a gas as I can, even if it's a little wild, or or throw like a lob ball, or like a little change up, just get it over the plate, have it be look good. Which one would you suggest?
You have it look good. No one likes to show off.
Okay.
And you will get crushed. If you bomb it, you will wild. End up.
Right.
Do the kids still say going viral on the gram and the?
I don't think we ever did.
Talker. Yeah, you don't want to be the guy that ends up on the.
I don't want that Riz. I don't want that Riz.
Yeah.
Stop.
No. Yeah.
Wow. Your kids all just cringe.
Take your applause. Wave to the crowd.
All right.
Just lob one over there. Walk off, wave, shake hands with the guy.
Hold on. Back up the bus. Beep, beep,
I was thinking four-seam fastball or maybe a Miz 98-mile-an-hour slider, but
Tommy,
okay,
Tommy, how is Mason not putting a base? Hold on. How is Mason not putting a ball on a tee and kicking it to the catcher?
That's true.
I understand that Mason
because
wants
I can
to be.
Throw a
yes,
baseball.
I understand. Yeah, Mason. I'm going to defend you on this,
yes,
Mason.
I can.
You can do more than kick.
Thank
yes,
you
should throw
the ball. I know Mitch
ball.
only thinks that I've ever done nothing else but kicking.
My question, Mason, is I don't know what the NFL retirement medical plan is, but does it cover reconstructive shoulder or Tommy John surgery?
Yeah, I mean, I still have 5 years on my insurance, so I might as well
let
get
it
hurt
rip.
now.
Let it rip.
Just
You
let
should.
it rip.
Absolutely.
Just let it rip. Yeah, just let it rip.
I would actually
go nuts.
I would rather you go out and embarrass it because no publicity, bad publicity on that. So
you know what we could do friend of show, friend of Wisconsin Sports Daily, friend of Drew Wagner, and also Nashville resident, former Major League pitcher Tim Dillard. You guys can go kick it in Nashville together.
Get a few lessons before we could get some content.
You should throw sidearm. That would be sick.
Oh,
Mason.
like a big dip, like the low, that would be amazing.
Relax.
Well, did you see Taylor?
I want to know what Mason could hit on the gun. Like I would. We're actually doing this in the press box.
All right, I'm getting it loose. You see it if you're on YouTube right now.
We're all throwing bullpen sessions. We're all throwing bullpen sessions. Jack Stern is going to bring us over to Wisconsin Lutheran. He's going to set up the gun. He's setting up the Rapsodo to do the spin rate and everything. We're all going to throw a bullpen session and see who hits it.
It sounds terrible.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's figure out the time. I'll be there.
A lot of torn labrums and rotator cuffs in our future. Great.
Well, I mean, we could throw BP easy. I mean, we're not young.
You say that now.
Yeah, but once it gets competitive.
Yeah. I was... I mean, I had a curveball whenever I was, when I was younger, but probably couldn't get a lot of movement on that right now. But I'm excited. Did you see Taylor? So Taylor Luan, the Bussin' with the Boys guy, he did one at the Sounds, I believe, and it was so bad. I don't know if he was trying to throw it hard or whatever, but he literally released it late, and that thing went. I mean, it would have gone. I think it went into the dugout. It was that bad. He went down and started doing push-ups like any good meathead football player would do.
Like I said, you don't want to be that guy that goes viral for bombing one in the stands and plunking some kid fan in the face. We've seen it all happen.
All right. I appreciate it, Drew. I needed that.
Taylor Lewan, his wife's name is Taylin. Taylin. Taylor and
Found
Taylor.
each other.
That's
when you said Taylor, I thought we were going Taylor Swift, and I got really excited for a second.
Yeah, relax, slow your roll.
I knew you were a Swiftie.
Yeah, we know you have.
I am.
Of course he is. Come on now, everybody is. They just don't know it yet. If they're not, they don't know it yet. They really are. Though.
All right, Drew.
Drew Wagner joining us today on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. Drew, thanks so much for jumping on. We will talk to you on Monday after the Dodgers series, previewing Seattle, and we'll have we're not looking for all the answers for this Milwaukee Brewers team, but we'll have some more answers after they swept the Dodgers at home and how they do in L.A.
Yeah.
Here's the last thing I'll say before we go. If they go out there and get swept by the Dodgers,
which is possible,
is that like an abject failure? Because now you're still 500 against them for the season. People will panic if the Brewers get swept by them, but as long as they play well, they're close games. I don't think it's an indictment on the team.
Gosh,
anyway,
you're
you guys
such
have
a
a good
positive
weekend,
guy, Drew. I appreciate you. All
right,
Drew.
my friends.
Nice.
All right, see you, Drew. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Drew.
I can't wait till Monday. We talk to Drew, and Milwaukee is in first place in the NL Central. That's a real possibility right now.
That sure is. And
I love
anything,
that.
as Kevin Garnett once told us, anything is possible.
Everything
is possible. Wow. He's Mason Crosby. I'm Mitch Nelles. The Nikolai Law Fan Talking text line 414-677-1250. Your thoughts on the Brewers going to L.A. Is a sweep at the hands of the Dodgers? Is that a major disappointment? Can the Brewers go to L.A. and sweep them and go 6-0 against the Dodgers this season? That would be unbelievable. Again, thanks to Drew for joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. More of the Mason Crosby Show. Including, I just saw a quote pop over my timeline from John Horst in the Milwaukee Bucks. Had a little sit down recently, and I have a quote that I want to read to you, Mason, and get your reaction to that. This is the Mason Crosby It's the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the number one network in Milwaukee. My name's Mitch Nelles, a.k.a. Thunder. Mace, you like this one?
She's lump. Yep.
This is a banger.
I don't know. Today, as I would say, are not bangers. Like, it's more, it's kind of in your feels. It's a little, honestly, somewhat, like some of these are a little depressing.
Listen, I don't have control anymore. I wish I had creative control of the music.
I know
we all wish you had.
You're power hungry. You want to just take over. I get it. Sorry, Tommy.
Okay, I was trying to not talk, but
no, you go. No, it's the Tommy Wirtz show. You go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Tommy.
Okay, stop.
No, so why don't you have control anymore of the music?
Because I have to play it through a certain pot in the music, so it doesn't go through YouTube.
I see what you're doing.
Because when you play music on YouTube, you get fined hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So I learned that on our wine podcast. We had to we paid for some rights for our intro song.
Yeah.
Someone Molly called someone, she liked the song, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll give you the rights for $1,500 for the year." And she's like, "Okay, I'll find a different song." Thanks.
We're not going to use that one.
Wine podcast. We're doing another recording tomorrow, so just get ready. It's out if you haven't checked it out. Yep, Crosby's Crew.
What are we trying tomorrow?
Gosh, I don't know. Molly was on the phone. I don't know what she was at the wine shop, which is always fun. Seeing that bill come through. But I think I saw some. She was asking me about Super Tuscans, so we might be comparing some European wines to our California wine brethren. And I'm always in for a good time, and I love Italian wines right now, so I'm down for it.
What's not to love about an Italian wine?
No.
Let's go. So it looks like John Horst talked to our friend Eric Name at The Athletic maybe yesterday, and had some things to say. Talked about maximizing Giannis's prime, our opportunities to win. I feel like that's our responsibility always. So it was really a now versus future decision when talking about Miles Turner and Damian Lillard. But then he said, have we done enough? We've done everything. I've done everything within my human possible power this offseason. I feel like our group works our butts off. The whole group, we do everything we can to get better. We do everything we can to put the next version of this thing out there, to give all the guys on our team every chance that they can to win every night. And so have we done enough? I don't know. We'll find out. Have we done everything that we possibly could? Absolutely. And have we done more than anyone else could possibly do? I believe we have. And that's not an arrogant thing to say. In a very humble way, I think we've done as much or more than anyone else could possibly do, and I'm proud of that. That's from Eric Name at The Athletic. John Horst, the general manager of our Milwaukee Bucks. I've done everything within my human possible power.
I love that.
This offseason, Mason.
Yeah, I love it. I agree with it. I mean, like, what else could they have possibly done? I mean, as far as, I feel like they uncovered every rock they could. They tried to just, make every move they could, and they got a great player, Miles Turner. They were willing to take a risk and take a chance and like push out some money with releasing Dame to be able to try to sign some other guys and like keep their players in-house and build this thing around Giannis and what they're trying to do. So I love that too, and I love whenever like a general manager or somebody in charge comes out and just says like, I'm confident exactly what we did is all I could have done. I laid it all on the line. Obviously they gave him the confidence. He signed an extension this offseason. Was it offseason or during right at the end of the season? But anyways, I love that. I love the honesty. I love laying it out and just saying like we will see now. We have done everything we possibly can at this moment in the offseason to put the team together. Now it's up to them. And it is. That's true. Now it is up to Giannis. It's up to this team to take that next step. We can't blame the front office. We can't blame all of those people. It's not their fault for injuries. It's not their fault for what happens on the court.
Right.
They put the players on in the locker room in that building, and now it's the players' job to step up and whoever is there to make the best situation out of it.
As we know, everybody, as part of an organization, you can only control what you can control.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever you try to control other things, that's when bad things happen.
Like when you try to throw the ball?
No, I mean,
that was Aaron's job, by the way.
That was Aaron's job. Yeah. That's why they never had me do it.
They did have Randall do it once, and that did not go well for
I know,
Aaron. Aaron was not very happy
I told him
about
that all the time. I was just like, hey, and I know McCarthy was in that mindset. He's like, why would we not have the ball in like a quarterback's hand?
Mm-hmm.
But then that got disjointed because we didn't do any trick plays. Right. The only trick play we ever did was, remember that shovel pass to Tom Crabtree against the Bears?
Yes.
Because it was like Julius Peppers. And they were so good at blocking field goals. And so, like, that was when they could 3 behind the 3 front guys and push.
Okay.
And so we knew what they were going to do. So we ran this little, like, shovel pass. Tim Mastey he has a touchdown pass because, he shoveled it to Tom Crabtree. He ran for, like, 26 yards for the touchdown. And so, but then we went away from that, and we started doing these spread plays. Like Matt Flynn would come in, like he'd come in as the holder, and then he'd go into a shotgun. I'd go out
like, what are we
as
doing?
Like the Z. Yeah. And I'm out there like, one-on-one, and like the field goal unit is a starting defense. It's not like a punt team where it's just like, all linebacker, just kind of random guys. I'm going up against a starting corner, and he's just smiling and laughing, and I'm just like, dude, I'm going to burn you right now.
You have no idea what you're in for.
One-on-one.
The athlete I am.
I'm like, why am I out here? Like this guy, like they're like he could have just he probably could have just like crept in and made sure nothing happened over there.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, so you playing your role, doing your job, and I think John Horst is very clear about the fact that, like, listen, they know the window they have. Like the Bucks know that Giannis could walk after the next 2 seasons. He's under contract for 2 more years, and that's it. And
you got to try to do it now,
right? Exactly. And while it's almost impossible to you don't have the big threes anymore, but you need to put a team together that makes sense. Sure. And yesterday we get the press releases that Cole Anthony signed and that Chris Livingston's now signed to a real contract, not a 2-way contract.
Nice.
And he again puts up 23 more in Summer League yesterday. And it's like, so I know Summer League doesn't matter, but dude's scoring over 20 every game. Like, clearly he's too good for Summer League.
Yeah.
Maybe he deserves a shot to play at the next level.
For sure. Those are still like aspiring professionals or professionals in their own right. Like, so it's like, that's not bad ball. Everybody in that Summer League is better than everyone else. Like they are great players. Nicolay Law fan talking text line 414-677-1250. The 262 writes in, fun fact, Miles Turner scored the first ever points in Fiserv Forum, an actual real game, regular season game that is. So Miles Turner,
that's cool.
Yeah, scored the first points. So now it's good that he's a Buck and not a Pacer. We want good players on our team. We don't want them on our nemesis.
That's right. That's absolutely right. This segment is the segment that whenever there's NIL news, whenever there's recruiting news, whenever there's we always talk about it. And Tommy got a great quote for us on this.
I like this one.
Yep. Steve Sarkisian, head coach of the University of Texas, right?
Yep.
Proud Armenian, by the way. Says, if kids are coming for the reason of NIL, we don't want them at Texas. And then Texas now has the highest spent NIL class in college football. So, Tommy, is Steve Sarkisian is he your absolute favorite or what?
I mean, just a clown statement. To say that, he even says later on in the article that it's like one of the last things that we discuss with our recruits.
Oh my gosh.
It's just
such a lie.
Totally not a factor in how he is able to recruit.
Because you're Texas, and they know that if you're there in their house, you're going to be offering them some sort of
that. There's
big
so
contract.
much money, right?
Yeah. It makes no sense that you would make that comment. If anything, I just think you should just lean into it even more. If you want to talk about bringing in the top talent, why would you say we're not going to talk about contracts or paying you until the very end when you could probably convince the top-end talent and prospects to go there immediately if you were like, we will talk money with you right now and we pay more than anyone else?
Well, like I told you, Rick George told me that the budget in Colorado is like $140 million, and the budget at Texas is like $240 million or something.
I mean,
like
140 is crazy.
It is a lot, but I know they're capped, like they have, for like at what the university can pay, but donors. I mean, Texas is so deep in like their NIL space. Like they can go and get any of these players tons of money in that NIL, on those deals. So yeah, that's so goofy. He seems like one of those guys. That's why, honestly, like I said, the John Horst stuff is refreshing because it's on it, and he's just like, we went and did all that we could do. Sarkisian should say, like, yeah, we're going to pay these guys because we want to win a national championship. We're going to pay our players to get the best people in the building to go and win a championship, and we expect them to be here for 2 or 3 years because we are giving them good contracts.
We have the direct quote right here where it is, quote, "We only have so much money to go around. We don't talk about NIL or revenue sharing or publicity rights until the very end. And that may hurt us on some kids.
Oh, gosh.
But if the kid is coming to Texas for that reason, we don't want him anyway." Meanwhile, it is expected that Texas will spend upwards of $40 million this year after the 2 consecutive college football playoff appearances, including over $22 million, which is first nationally, will come from the Texas One Fund NIL Collective.
Right, which is the one not associated with the school.
Yeah.
That's the one that they can pay Arch Manning whatever they want.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just a clown statement. Absolute. I mean, it makes no sense to say that. We only have so much money to go around, and you are spending more money than anyone else.
That doesn't have to be your first conversation because everyone, if you're in their house or if you're like talking to them, they know that you are spending all this money. So then it's like, yeah, like that isn't like the first conversation. But like, I bet these players are just like, why are you still talking to me? Just tell me what you're going to pay me. Like that, like they're like, this is ridiculous. Like we just wasted, like an hour of my time. Just tell me what the number is and then I'll make a decision. Like that's what the college football is going to be now, right? Yeah. It's like the recruiting space is not about, like school and the experience you're going to get going to college. It's like, what am I going to get? What does this look like? Will I have a chance to get to the NFL and extend my career? That's as simple as the conversation has to be.
We only have so much money to go around. And
he sounds like a. We only have so much money. Gosh, Tommy, he's your favorite. Isn't he?
I mean, no, insane comments.
I mean, so
insane.
Steve Sarkisian. So which ranks higher on the Tommy love? Is it Steve Sarkisian or is it Wimbledon? Because obviously Tommy's impact on Wimbledon had, spoke volumes this year. Big Wimbledon ratings. Sinner's win over Alcaraz drew an average of 2.9 million viewers, making it the most watched Wimbledon final since pre-COVID days.
How do you feel about that, Tommy? It's pretty popular out there.
It's because Tommy watched it from start to finish.
My comeback is 8.1 million people watched the MLB All-Star game. That means nothing, and it's an exhibition game. That might as well have ended in a tie.
You said Wimbledon fatigue. It would have been more if it didn't last as long.
Correct, probably. Yeah. I mean, if Wimbledon was a week, the ratings would probably be way higher.
I like that. I mean,
okay, you can think that. What are you guys doing Sunday, August 10th, by the way?
Working.
Are you working? It is the and I just texted this to you guys.
I'll just be
Tommy, I don't know if you have time to put this picture in the thing.
Oneida member guest in Green Bay.
Are you?
Hopefully winning, yeah.
Wow. It is maybe Tommy and I will come up to Green Bay and caddy for you.
Let's do it.
It is Jacob Mizorowski T-shirt day.
Yes.
He's already got a T-shirt being made for him at the Brewers games. It's being made by Lost Files Clothing. It's a local artist hailing from Racine. He's a UWM alumni, Estevan Longoria. Maybe we should get him on the show. But they already have a design, and it's out. The Miz.
Is that the picture you sent?
Yeah.
It looked good.
Yep.
I do want that.
It's just a clean white tee. It says The Miz with Mizorowski in the middle.
If I can't make it to the game, can you get me one?
We might know somebody at the Brewers who can make that happen for you. Sure, yeah, we'll see.
And I believe that, if I remember correctly, that red rose is like for Parkinson's awareness as well, because his dad has Parkinson's.
Yes, that is correct.
So
it's a cause supported by Mizorowski.
Right. So that actually does add a lot to the shirt for me personally.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that's a cool feature they have on it. It looks fine. I mean, it's not
it's not a cribbage board,
right? I mean,
no,
they have
no cribbage board.
The Brewers have a Pokemon Go T-shirt coming out pretty soon here that I'm pretty hyped for, and if it had more meaning behind it, like this Miz T-shirt, maybe I would rank it above it. But
I feel like light blue might have been the color to go with as opposed to white.
The rose takes it over the top.
It's also drawn.
A light blue would have been nice. Light blue would have been nice. Hey, let me before we go and then we get to my extra points, and I mean maybe we can get into this in my extra points.
Sure.
But I did, and I don't know if this was. I didn't see where the source was from, but have you seen some of this Matthew Golden? We were talking about Texas and all that. Like was that real? Where he didn't know where Green Bay was on the map?
Oh, that was bad.
That was a real thing?
Him and Savion Williams both, and they were just states off. I mean,
didn't he put in Columbus,
was that from
Ohio
before the draft?
No, they were. It was get to know your newest Packers.
Should we be concerned about that?
Yeah.
Is that a concern?
No. Welcome to America in 2025.
It concerns me.
We do not
if
teach
I'm
our
a
kids
teammate,
geography.
Nah, but if I'm a teammate, just literal just basic intelligence is a kind of a big factor.
Dude, they're from Texas. That's a Texas
you
conversation.
live in Wisconsin. You should hit Wisconsin on the map.
You should at least know where Wisconsin is. You got drafted there. Yeah, you should know.
Isn't that the first thing? Isn't that always
so
something?
you're I thought you were we need to speak right, we need to know things. I'm you're the intellectual one in this group.
I'm not judging kids from Texas. There's no way.
It's not about him being from Texas.
No, but I mean, Texas is an idiotic state. They don't know anything.
Gosh,
they don't teach
gosh, do not
teach
start
kids anything.
You're out of your mind.
I might be, but
my gosh.
I am not surprised that 2 kids from Texas don't know where Wisconsin is. I'm just not.
Are we confirmed that Matthew Golden is even from Texas?
I don't know. Where's
he's
Matthew
from Houston, yeah.
I mean,
that doesn't count.
Right. That does.
He's from Houston, yes. Okay. Still, that was bad luck. That was bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't understand you, Mitch. You're saying just because so it's just you don't even put it's take it with a grain of salt because he's from Texas.
Well, no, I actually don't think it's because it's from Texas. I don't think any kids who are drafted know the state of the team there. I don't think any of them could find it. I think you take all the kids who are drafted by the Patriots and tell them find Massachusetts.
I would have known where Wisconsin was.
They'll pick somewhere.
I knew where Wisconsin was.
I know, but that was 18 years ago. I just think the state of our education in our country. We're not teaching geography. We don't teach the things that matter, and so you don't find these things.
Obviously, they're not going to college while they're playing football.
Well,
so it's
right.
not
I wouldn't.
It's not like the education has been.
We just heard Sark's paying $40 million for people to come play football.
But it's not important, though.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not one of their priorities.
But we don't want them if they don't want to come to Texas for the education.
We don't want them if they can't find Wisconsin on a map.
Yeah.
That's the first thing we do.
Because I would disagree with. I mean, the University of Texas is an excellent academic school.
Sure.
So to
say
that someone that went to
you don't
school
go to class anyway
at the University of Texas, you just he shouldn't. I don't care if he knows where Wisconsin is.
It's not that I don't care. It's that I'm not surprised. There's a difference. I care about our education system, but I'm not surprised that our education system is failing. All of our kids nationwide.
Well, we can all agree. Yes, we can agree.
So I'd abolish the Department of Education because clearly it's. Oh wait.
Oh gosh,
time to break.
Time to break on that one. Let's not go there.
No. Tongue in cheek. Relax, everybody. I love the WWE and what Linda McMahon can bring to our government.
There you go.
I just remember the time she got body slammed and it's wow, she's Linda, Vince McMahon's wife, Stephanie and Shane's mom.
That would be wild to see your wife just get
right,
slammed on the ground. I don't know if I could handle it. I wouldn't handle that.
Well, and if you watch the video on YouTube, because she only did it once or twice, it's the guy would lift her up and then at the very end just gently lay her down, but try to make it look good.
Yeah, little something, little.
You knew we had to bring it back to the WWE.
Yeah, it always goes.
Yeah, it always comes back to WWE. Mason's extra points are coming up next here on the Mason Crosby Show. We're presented by Verizon, the #1 network in
What's on Mason Crosby's mind today? It's time for Extra Points, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nelles on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Great Thursday here. Thanks for joining us on the Mason Crosby Show. The Open Championship, it's on. It's early. I love it. Scotty Scheffler at -3. He is, as I'm looking, like maybe the only American right now on the top of this leaderboard. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that. I'm here for all things Open Championship. Thanks to Drew Wagner for joining us. What a great show. Great Thursday. Come join us tomorrow, Friday. We'll be going on the green at 9:45. Yep. And, just going to have a fun lineup
and
as we head into the weekend.
Beloit Skycarp joining in the 10 o'clock hour as well.
That's right.
I will not be here. I offered to work from Minneapolis and go to Minneapolis for the weekend. Sparky said, forget you, dude. You're out of here.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna miss you, Mitch.
So,
yeah, hey, we'll hold it down for you. You know, this is the vacation station.
That's right.
Here at the Fan Milwaukee.
Brewers play tomorrow night, so the leadoff show is back tomorrow. WNBA All-Star Game on Saturday. Caitlin Clark doubtful, but still should be a fun game there as she's one of the captains, so she'll be there. Nice. I'm excited for the Brewers and Dodgers to get after it this weekend, though. I cannot wait.
Great. Yeah, tomorrow night's gonna be awesome. Fine. Tommy, our guy Tommy, will have his leadoff show. What is that? He'll be at 8 o'clock tomorrow?
8 to 9 tomorrow night.
Nice late nighter for Tommy.
Late nights with Tommy Wirtz.
Ooh.
Tommy Rants.
That's
late
right,
at
Tommy
night.
Rants. He's getting it.
Let's go. All right, Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the number one network in Milwaukee. We're in the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Awesome job today, Mace. Hold it down tomorrow, and I'll see you on Monday.
All right, safe travels, man.
We'll be back with the Mason Crosby Show tomorrow.
Later.
I was so much to stop it.